Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2018 Nova Scotia Provincial Volleyball Championships here at the Canada Games Centre, brought to you live on TV1. My name is Raisa Lalani and I've got your call for you, and it is the 14U boys gold medal matchup. That's right, we're right into it here. 2 medals to be awarded, a gold and a silver. We're gonna see who comes out on top. It's the DVC blue team versus the Tide team. And we're gonna see a service ace starting us off on the DVC side. Jump float. That one's gonna go into the net. Serving the ball for Tide, here's Adam. And it is gonna be a service ace for the Tide side. Back on the line is Adam. That ball's passed up. Set out to the left, a swing cross court. Free ball over from Tide. Brost with the hand pass. And he's gonna put a free ball over. It's picked up by Jack. Swing from the left, and that is gonna be a point for Tide. A huge kill there from Nick, your captain of the Tide side. Serving the ball is Adam. And that ball is passed up. Set to the middle, a little joust at the net there. And it looks like we are gonna see a call for a net violation on the Tide squad. That's gonna be a DVC point. And that ball's gonna find the floor. Point going to DVC. Serving the ball here is DVC's number 12. That's Hallie with the spin serve. It is passed up. And a swing from the middle. That one is gonna go out of bounds. Point going to DVC. Tide recovering that ball. Free ball put over by Nick. That's set out to the left. A free ball push from White. Nick with the free ball. White keeping it alive and putting it over. Bradley with the dig. Set into the middle. Hitting it over the triple block is Tide's number 6, Will, with the kill. Big serve from Eric, so big it is a service ace. Float serve, passed up, set to the left. Free ball thrown in, Tide's gonna keep it alive. And hitting it off the blocker's hands is a number 6, Will, once again with the kill. And that ball's passed up, set to the left. White with a huge swing, dug up by the hands of Adam. Tide trying to keep it alive, but not quite there. That is gonna be a DVC point. That ball served into the court, picked up by Nick. Will with the swing. White putting that ball over. That ball set out to the left. A big tug on the ball from Nick, but that one going into the top of the tape. That's going to be a DVC point. All tied up at 6s here. Back on the line, serving the ball. This is Balthasson. That ball's passed up. Saved off of the net by Tide. Set out left. A big swing from White, but an even bigger block from Will from Tide. And you can see a smile on his side. His team loved that play. Back to serve here is Nick. And that ball's passed up, but too close to the antenna. Service ace for Tide. Jump float. Service ace. Tie point. Serving the ball is Nick. Jump float. And it is going to trickle over the top of the tape. A tough play there for McKenna. He was there, but the ball just changing direction at the last minute. Serving the ball is Nick. That ball set over the net. Chase down from Tide. Free ball saved from Tide. Brost. That ball set out to the right. And that swing out of bounds by McKenna. Nice save on the Tide side. And it looks like we are going to see a timeout call here from DVC as the Tide is up 11-6. Serving 6 here in the gold medal matchup between Tide and DVC 14U boys category. And there's a big block, but it looks like he was over top of the net, so a little too big there. That's going to be a DVC point. 7 serving 11 and heading back to serve here for the Dartmouth Volleyball Club is McKenna. McKenna with the serve, and it is going to be a service ace. Serving the ball again, here is McKenna. This one landing short. And it is another service ace. There's a big serve inside the corner of the court. Service ace again here for Dartmouth Volleyball Club. McKenna with the serve. It's passed up, dumped over. But it looks like that second contact is going to be called as a carry. Serving the ball, here is McKenna again for DVC as it is all tied up at 11s, and now they're going to take a lead at 12-11 here. And it looks like we are going to get a timeout called here from the Tide side as DVC is ahead. Both teams are back on the court, still serving the ball here for DVC. Here is McKenna. That ball's passed up by Bradley, set out to the left. Swing from Nick. Brose now for DVC. Bradley with the swing. And it looks like we're going to get a double contact call there on the setter for Tide as that ball did spin off his hands. Back to serve. Here is McKenna. And that ball's passed up. Saved by Tide. Free ball pushed over. Brost is going to receive it. He'll get set on the left. And a swing picked up by Bradley. Set in the middle, tip over. Brost is going to recover it off his block. And a dump over from DVC's 13. Brost now with the swing, and he's going to hit the top of the tape. And that is going to be a tie point. Serving the ball here now is Will. And that is a huge serve, and it is going to land inside the court right in front of the referee, so he knows exactly what to call that one. Service ace, all tied up at 13s, and Will's going to head back to serve again. And it's another service ace just flying between two players on the passing line for DVC. Will with the serve. Passed up by Brose. Party ball hit by Bradley, but DVC is going to keep it alive. White now with the free ball. That ball set into the middle. DVC with the chase down. Brose keeps it alive. Haggerty trying to put it over, but that one just hitting the top of the tape. And that is going to be a tie point. Will still serving here now for the Tide side. White with the big swing, but an even bigger block, and he's going to get fired up for that one is Bradley. Will with the serve. Set out to Bros. Bros trying to cut it down the line. (17-13). Tide has moved away from DVC a little bit here. But just as I say that, that serve is going to go into the net. DVC looking for an opportunity to come back here. 14 serving 17. Here is White. That ball is going to land inbounds. DVC service ace. Big serve, passed up by Tide. Bradley with the free ball over. Picked up by the hands of McKenna. Brost from the left. Will with the dig. That ball set to the back. A Tide free ball by Jack. Bradley in the middle pushing it deep. Brost from the left with the swing. Tide keeping it alive, but we are going to see a call from the down official. A net violation on the Tide side, so that's going to be a DVC point. White back to serve. And that ball set into the middle. A swing there from Bradley. That one's going to go out of bounds. Point DVC. All tied up at 17s here. Spin serve, passed up. Set to the back row, pushed over. Swing from the right cross court is going to go out of bounds for DVC, and that is a tie point. 18-17 here in the first set gold medal match. That ball is passed up. Free ball sent over, but that free ball is blocked by Bradley. Heads up play from the Tide middle blocker.
Go, Jack.
Jack back to serve. That ball set to the left. There's a big swing, but once again, a big block. Bradley says no, and that is going to constitute a timeout on the DVC side as Tide now back up 20-17. Both teams back on the court, tied up 20-17 here, and back to serve is Jack. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle, Brost with the swing, and it is going to be a kill for DVC. Serving the ball for DVC here now is Haggerty. Spin serve, it's passed up. Set to the back row, free ball pushed over. Set out to the left, Brost with the tip. And it looks like we are going to see a net violation called on this Tide side. That is going to be a DVC point. Float serve. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle. Free ball pushed over by Bradley. And a dump over. Tide defense picking it up. Set in the middle. Swing. White with the defense. Brost with the free ball. Bradley in the middle, turning it to 1, and that one is just going to land out of bounds. DVC point tied up at 20s. It's a game to 5 now here in this first set. Haggerty with the serve for DVC. Float serve. Ball's passed up. Free ball over. Dumped over by Balthasson. Bradley swinging over the triple block. Brost with the swing from the left. That ball set out to the left side, a big swing. And that one is gonna go into the net, point tied. Heading back to serve here now, number 1, Bradley. Float serve, passed up. A swing in the middle from Adam. Free ball pushed over. Set out to the left. Free ball pushed from Nick. Dug up by DVC. Brost with the roll shot from the right, but we are going to see a net violation call on the middle blocker, and that is going to be a point to DVC. Heading back to serve here now is Brost. Jump float. Trickling over the tape. Adam's going to get the first contact on it. Free ball pushed over from Nick. Set out to the right. That swing from Hallie. Set into the middle. Adam tipping it over the blockers. Balthasson to the left. And a nice recovery off the block. Free ball over. Set to the left. McKenna looking to tip it over, but there are huge hands up there from Eric and Adam. And it is going to be a tied point. Serving the ball here, number 11, Adam. That one's going to go into the top of the tape, and that is going to be a DVC point. Serving the ball for DVC Blue, here is number 12. This is Hallie. It's going to sneak over the tape. A good run through there from Nick, but it is going to find its way over and become a point for DVC. 23 serving 22 here. Hallie back at the line again. Spin serve. And it is a service ace. A little miscommunication on the pass there from Tide. And because of that one, we are going to see a timeout called by head coach Thea McLaughlin for the Tide side. All right, both teams back on the court, 24-22 in the first set of this 14U boys gold medal match. Serving the ball, here's Hallie. Spin serve, passed up, set to the middle. Tipping the ball over as well. DVC defense keeping it alive. Balthasson putting it over. And a nice block and swing. That ball set to the left. Free ball pushed. Picked up by DVC. DVC somehow keeping it alive. What a rally here, folks, for this point. Swinging off the block is Will, and he is going to get that point for DVC, but not without some effort from both sides. Tide beating DVC on that rally, though, and now back to serve. Here is Eric. Float serve. That ball is passed up. Dumped over by DVC. White's going to put it over on the first contact. Set in the middle to Will. Free ball, pushed. Baltherson to the left. There's White with the swing. Tide putting a free ball over, and that ball is going to drop between two players. 24-24, all tied up here. It is a win by 2 points here. Back to serve, here's Eric. And that is a service ace. So what a serve to give them the advantage of winning this set. Eric's going to go back to do it again. The ball's passed up. Set to the left. White with the swing. It's going to go into the top of the tape, and Tide comes back and wins that first set, 26-24. But folks, don't worry, there is still another set, maybe 3 to be played here. So stay tuned for the rest of this goal. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the gold medal match between the DVC team and the Tide team. It is the 14U boys category here at the 2018 Nova Scotia Volleyball Provincial Championships at the Canada Game Centre, brought to you live on TV1. I'm Rachel Alani, and I've got your call for this match and the rest of all of the gold medal matches coming up here on court number 3, the center court at the Canada Game Centre. Looks like our lineups are being checked, and they are good to go. And we have Tide starting us off with a serve. And just to recap, Tide won the first set 26-24 in an awesome comeback and a tough fought match. So we'll see what happens here in the second. Starting us off with a serve here is Jack. That ball's passed up. Free ball put over from Cadden. Swing in the middle from Adam, and what a turn to one. A nice cut and some topspin on that one to get tied the first point. Back to serve is Jack. That ball's passed up. Cadden looking to save it, and it is saved by DVC. Free ball put over by Nick. And trying to be aggressive on that block is Adam, but a little too aggressive. That one's going to land outside the boundaries of the court, and that is going to be DVC's first point on the board. Serving the ball here is Cadden. That ball's passed up. Set to the left. Nick with the free ball down the line, and it is picked up by the DVC defense. Free ball again coming over. DVC still keeping it alive, putting that free ball over. Adam with the swing in the middle, and that is a big kill for tied. Back to serve here is Adam. Spin serve, Cadden with a beautiful pass. DVC trying to keep it alive. It does make it over, and it is in. Tide plays it. And a huge rip between the two blockers from Tide, but that ball is kept alive by DVC. Set out to the left again. This time trying to go down the line is Nick. A good shot, but just a little too far outside the court is that one, and that is going to be a DVC point. Back to serve, here is number 53. This is Cox for DVC. Adam with the pass. Tipped over by Tide, but it looks like we are going to see a double contact call on that attempted tip. Point going to DVC as they take a lead now, 3-2 in this second set. And that's going to be a service ace right in the seam of two passers on the Tide side. Back to serve still here for DVC is Cox. And that ball's passed up by Jack, but no one there to get the second, and that is going to be a service ace. Cox with the serve. And it's going to land short, and it is going to be another service ace for DVC's server. Cox at the line. And that ball's passed up. Set in the middle. Will with the tip. DVC with the chase down, putting that free ball over. And that ball is up. A great hustle play there from Adam, but DVC is going to get that point. And the crowd goes wild for that here in the Canada Game Center. Cox still at the line. And that one's going to land out of bounds. That's the break Tide needs, is 3, serving 7 now. And heading back to serve here is number 5. This is Eric. Spin serve, picked up by Cadden. Set out to the left, hit down the line. That's set in the middle to Will. Will hitting it over top of the blockers. Cox is going to dig it. Free ball over from Lacroix. That ball pushed out to the left. Free ball down the line from Nick. DVC putting it deep to 1, and it is picked up. Tide keeping it alive. And a big swing. Set out to the left. Nick down the line. And that one is going to land just out of the bounds, really close to touching the paint of the red line on that one, but it was out of bounds. DVC now on the ball with the serve. And that serve hitting the top of the tape and landing out of bounds. Once again, that one so close to the red paint, just barely in there. Could have been barely in. Here we go, tied, serving, for serving 8. This is Nick. And it's going to be a service ace. Point going to Tide. Nick with the serve, jump float. And another service ace. Nick racking up the service acing stats here for his team and bringing them back into it. 6 serving 8 now. Jump float. That one's gonna land out of bounds. That's gonna be a point for DVC. Heading back to the line to serve for them now is McKenna. Float serve. And it is going to be a service ace. McKenna back to serve again. And that ball's passed up, but no one there to get the second, and that is going to be a DVC ace. McKenna with the serve. That ball's passed up, set to the left, and a big swing past the blockers. DVC keeping it alive, a roll shot. Set to the middle, and there's a big swing, and it is going to be cut to 1. A nice job there from Will to get that point for Tide. And they're going to head back to the line to serve. And now serving the ball after that kill is Will. Spin serve, passed up, but a little miscommunication on who's going to take that second, and it'll be a serving ace for Tide. Eight serving 11. Float serve. And that one's going to land just outside of the line. A good track there from Cox. Back on the service line here for DVC now is Lacroix. And it's going to be up and over and out of bounds. Service ace. Float serve, passed up, set in the middle. And that ball's passed up. Set to the middle again, and this time it is gonna land on DVC's side, but we see Adam going underneath the net there, and it's gonna get a net violation for Tide. DVC running away with it now, 14-8. And that ball's passed up. Set to the middle. Adam with the big swing. It is dug up and put over. Adam with the block. Tide's going to earn that point. Back on the line here now is Zach. And that one's going to go into the top of the tape. That point going to DVC. Serving the ball here now. This is number 25, McCarthy. And it's going to be a service ace for McCarthy. He's going to head back to the line to do it again. 16 serving 9 here. And that ball's passed up by Nick. Set in the middle, free ball put over, and that ball is called out of bounds, and it is a DVC point. Back on the line once again, here is McCarthy. That ball's passed up. Set to the back row, Will with the free ball pushed almost over, just into the net there. And that is going to be another DVC point. 18-9 here as we see a timeout called by the Tide side. DVC doing a great job putting the pressure on the service line here. Both teams back on the court, still serving the ball here for DVC is McCarthy. And that ball's passed up by Nick. Set to the back row, free ball pushed over. And there's a little dump. And that dump is gonna score. That ball landing out of bounds on the Tides. Here is DVC back at the line, and they are 19-9 here now, looking to close out this set and force a third to win the gold medal. McCarthy at the line. And that ball's passed up. Free ball pushed over. That ball set to the left. Hit off the blocker. Adam keeping it alive. On the Tide side, sprawling out on defense to get that ball over. But just not enough there, and DVC's in the 20 zone. Here is McCarthy back to serve. And that ball's passed up. Set to the middle, Adam with the free ball. Picked up by the hands of McKenna. And a huge swing there, but on the net is Adam, and that is going to be a point for DVC. And it looks like the captain's going to be called over from the Tide side. Adam not happy about being called on the net, showing a little bit of emotion there, and I think the referee's going to tell him that's not going to fly. Back on the service line, here still is number 25, McCarthy. And that is going to be pushed over by Tide. Set to the left, there's Cox swinging cross court. Will with the dig. A swing deep cross, but DVC getting a touch on it. Free ball put over short now. And a good sprawling play, Tide keeping it alive. Swing from the right side from Cadden. Set to the left, a big tug on that ball, landing in the corner of the court for number 3, Jack for Tide. A nicely placed shot. And heading back to serve here on the Tide side. A little bit confused, just making sure it's number 3, Jack. They've sorted themselves out, they're ready to go. Jack back to serve. And that one's passed up and over, picked up by the hands of Zach. Swing from Adam, dug up. He's up there to block it. DVC trying to get it off the net, but that is going to be a point for Tide. Tide now in the double digits, 11 serving 21. Jack back to serve. That ball's passed up. Set to the right, free ball over. And a hard swing from the left side. Unfortunately, just out of bounds, but that is a huge swing from the captain, Nick. And back to serve here for DVC, number 24, Cadden. Looking to close this one out, 22 serving 11. Float serve, passed up by Jack. Set to the middle, Adam with a swing, and it's gonna go over top of the blockers and find the bottom floor. Point going to Tide. Adam back to serve. That one's gonna go into the top of the tape, and that is gonna be a point for DVC. And it looks like the DVC captain has a question for the referee, so he just went to go talk to him. And now back on the service line, here's Cox. And that ball's passed up, dumped over, and that is a heads-up tricky play from Jack and Eric. And that is going to be a tied point. Back on the service line now is Eric. And that ball's passed up, set to the left, a free ball put over from Lorquois. Free ball now over from your captain, Nick. DVC trying to save that ball, but that pass a little too far for the second contact to get to. And that is going to be a point to Tide. Back on the line serving here is Eric. And that ball's up. But that set going backwards instead of forwards. That's going to be a point for Tide. Back to serve is Eric. And that ball's passed up. Free ball put over. Set to the left. A big swing from Nick, an even bigger dig from DVC. And we're going to see a call as a double contact on that. A tough play there for Cox. A beautiful dig from the back row of DVC. Back to serve once again. Here's Eric for Tide. And it's a service ace. Tide looking to climb back into this one. 17 serving 23, and we're going to see a timeout called from the DVC side. Heading back to serve, here is Eric. And that ball's passed up by Cadden. He's gonna put the free ball over. Adam with the pass. Set in the middle to Will. He's gonna tip it over. DVC with the roll shot picked up by Nick. Set in the middle. Will's going to tip that one over the blocker, and that is going to be a tied point. Back to serve is Eric. And that's a service ace for the Tide side. Serving the ball still here is Eric with an epic comeback. And that one's going to go into the top of the tape, and that's what DVC wants. 24-19 here. Heading back to serve, this is Carew. Carew with the serve, passed up by Nick. Set to the right, and he's going to tip that ball down the line, and that is a clever spot for the Tide hitter, and that is going to send him back to the line to serve now. That ball's passed up. Free ball put over. Nick digging it up. Free ball from Adam. Dumped over. Will with the tip over the top of the tape, and they're going to score. Point going to Tide. Back on the line, here's Nick. That ball's passed up, and it is saved and put over. Set in the middle. Swing short to 5, and that is going to score for Will. 22 serving 24. Big Tide comeback here. DVC looking to close it out here. Nick with the serve. Looks like we are going to see a timeout called here from the DVC side. Both teams back on the court. 22 serving 24. Here is Nick with the serve. Jump float. And it's going to land inbounds. A service ace for Tide. Back on the line is Nick. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the left, and there's a big swing. It is dug up. Set to the middle. Will with the swing, and that one is going to land out of bounds, and DVC is going to force a third, but not without an epic comeback from the Tide. 25-23. Folks, don't go anywhere. The third set is just around the corner. right, both teams are back on the court. It is a third set here for this gold medal 14U boys category DVC playing against the Tide. And what an exciting first couple sets. Both of them just won by a mere 2 points. Very close games here, and we are going to get started with this third set. A reminder, it does go only to 15 to see who's going to get the gold. Rose starting us off with a serve, and it is going to be a service ace. Rose heading back to serve again. Jump float. That one's going to trickle over the top of the tape. Tide keeping it alive. Adam with the free ball over. That ball set out to the left. A tip picked up by the Tide's defense. Shot out to the left. A swing by Nick down the line. Dug up and blocked. That one blocked out of bounds. That is going to be a DVC point. 2-0 here. Back on the line once again. Here is Brost. Jump float, passed up. Set to the middle, Adam with the dump. Brost is gonna pick it up on defense. White there to help cover it. That ball set out to the left, a big swing cross court, and that is gonna find the inside corner of the court. Point going to DVC. And it looks like we are gonna get an early timeout called here by the Tide side. Both teams are back on the court, and serving the ball here still for DVC is Brost. That ball is passed up. Set to the middle, Adam with the free ball. Set out to the right, and that ball is going to trickle over the top of the tape. Trying to keep it alive, but it is going to be a DVC point. Brost with the serve. Jump float, passed up by Nick. Set to the middle, Adam with a cut, but that one's gonna cut into the top of the tape, and that is gonna be a point for DVC. 5 serving 0 here, but Brost still back at the line. That one's gonna go into the center of the tape, Tide point. Back to serve, here's Adam. Spin serve, and it's gonna be a service ace. Little confusion on the passing line of who's gonna take it. Adam with the spin serve, passed up by White, dumped over by Balthasson, set out to the left. Nick with the swing, picked up by the hands of Brost. DVC putting it over. Will with the dig. This time he's going to get set in the middle. But it looks like we are going to see a little bit of a late call there from the referee. Double contact. Point going to DVC. Six serving 2 here. Back to serve is Hallie. Spin serve. That ball is passed up and over and tracked out of bounds by Haggerty, and DVC is going to get that point. They're going to look for the next one to get the switch. 7 serving 2 here. Serving the ball, this is number 12, Hallie. Spin serve, and it's going to trickle over the top of the tape. It's picked up by the Tide's passer as Adam putting a free ball over Brost. Balthasson to the right, and there's a big swing, and it is going to be beat past the block, but not without some effort from the Tide side, and DVC is going to get the switch here. 8-2, both teams are going to head to the back line, switch sides, and then we'll continue with the action.
Go, Ty!
Both teams ready to go here after that quick switch, and still serving the ball here for DVC is number 12, Hallie. Spin serve. And trying to pass that ball is Adam, but it's going to drop in the court. Point going to DVC.
Go, Jack!
Hallie back to serve. Spin serve. It's passed up. Set to the left. Big swing cross court from Nick, and that is going to score. Tide point. Back to serve here now is Eric. And that ball's up. Balthasson with the dump over. Nick from the left pushing it down the line, picked up by the hands of Brost. Swing from the right, McKenna, dug up by Bradley, chased down by Eric, free ball over. Balthasson setting it out to the left, White with the big swing, and that is gonna score, and the DVC team is gonna get pumped up for that one as they get into the double digits. Heading back to serve here now, number 29. This is Balthasson. And that ball is passed up. Set to the middle, free ball over, but it looks like we are gonna get a call. Double contact on that set. DVC pulling closer and closer towards the gold medal. Back to serve here once again is Balthasson. And it is a service ace, DVC point. Balthasson back to serve. And that ball's passed up, saved and put over. White with the swing. That one's gonna land just outside of the court. And that is gonna be a tied point here. For serving 12, back to serve is number 4, Nick. Jump float, passed up, set to the right, and that one's gonna be hit into the antenna, that one going out of bounds, point Tide. Tide on the line. Float serve, passed up. Free ball over. That ball set to the middle. DVC with the chase down, keeping it alive, but just landing out of bounds on that third contact, and that is going to be another Tide point as they do what they do best, climb back in it at the last minute. 6 serving 12. Float serve, passed up, set to the left. Free ball pushed over by White, dug up by Adam. And trying to get a set on that ball, but one of the players in the way for him is the Tide side. DVC now 13-6, heading back to serve. Here is McKenna. Float serve. Adam with the pass. Set to the right. A big tug on that ball. White's gonna dig it up. And he's gonna put a free ball over, picked up by the hands of Jack. He's gonna get set and swing at it. Balthasson with the first contact, set to the right side. That one's gonna land out of bounds. That is a tied point.
Let's go, Will. You got this, buddy.
Back to serve here is Will. And that one's gonna be a little bit short. Point going to DVC. Here we go, folks, 14-7. This is DVC's chance for a gold medal on this point. Serving the ball here is White. That ball set to the right, tipped over, and it is gonna score. Tied, keeping themselves alive here.
Good eye, Jack.
Back on the line to serve, here is Jack.
Let's go, Jack.
That ball's passed up and tried to dump it over is Haggerty, but that one's gonna find the top of the tape. 9 serving 14 here. DVC in a position needing to close out this set again. Serving the ball is Jack. Brost with the pass. That ball set out to the left. A swing, and it is gonna be the game for DVC. They're gonna get the gold medal for the 14U boys category. What a thrill that game was. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed it at home. DVC is gonna take the gold, tied the silver. What incredible playing here. And don't go anywhere. There's 4 more gold medal matches coming up. We've got the 18U Tier 1 and 2 girls, 17U girls, and 18U boys. So stay tuned on TV1. It's an exciting Sunday. I'll be back.